How can you be calm in a fight? I remember when I had just given birth and I was sleep deprived, had all kinds of hormones running through me, medications, and my prefrontal cortex was not working at all. You know, the prefrontal cortex is really that part of the brain that's responsible for being reasonable and wise. And I remember I was saying to my husband, I was making a list of all the things that I didn't like about him. And I said, and another thing I don't like about you. And he burst out laughing because he knew that my brain wasn't working. And once I realized what he was laughing about, I mean, of course I had no business in that moment listing off things I didn't like about him. In fact, when you're angry, you are not reasonable. It's just not the time to be engaging in something. But I couldn't help it. You know, my brain was hijacked and I was doing the best I could. It's just being reactive and I couldn't help it. It really wasn't my fault. And it's not your fault if this happens to you. But it is my responsibility and it is yours. Because getting your brain to be healthier so that you can be less reactive can make a huge difference in your relationship, and you are responsible for your brain. So there's 3 things that you can do to really improve how reactive you are in the middle of a fight. And most of the steps are actually what you might do beforehand. Number 1, get enough sleep. 8 hours of sleep, the research shows, makes such a significant difference in reactivity. Number 2, practice mindfulness, meditation, yoga, anything that's really going to help your brain learn to be more relaxed and more receptive. The research shows that people that have a healthy prefrontal cortex are much more relational. Now, some people naturally have a healthy prefrontal cortex because they, grew up with perfect role models and all of that. And the rest of us have to work at getting our prefrontal cortex to be healthier. And meditation is one of the best ways to do that. And number 3 is about deliberate practice in your relationship. Now, this is what couples therapy should really be all about, of taking little pieces of how you relate and helping you learn a skill so that in the moment you can be a little bit better today than you were yesterday. It is a lot of work. Just like if you were going to learn how to play the violin, there's a lot of steps involved to get your brain to be able to play a piece the way that you hear it. But it does work. Deliberate practice does work. So if you are motivated to be less reactive and to have a better relationship, no doubt that you can do it. You just have to work with someone that can really guide you and stick with it. This has been 2-Minute Tools with Theresa Benoit. Learn to love better and be better loved. Call us today.